Madam President.
Senator from New York.
Madam President, I rise to add my name to Senate Resolution 120. This resolution would make it the sense of the Senate that we in this chamber oppose the global BDS movement and other efforts to delegitimize the State of Israel. I have long said that the boycott, divestment, and sanctions movement targeting Israel, the BDS movement, is too often used as a vehicle for anti-Semitism. The resolution would affirm our commitment to a two-state solution in the Middle East, with a future viable democratic Palestinian state living side by side with the democratic state of Israel, in peace, in security, and with mutual recognition. It would make clear that, particularly in this climate of increased anti-Semitism, we do not agree with efforts to delegitimize the State of Israel. I agree with these principles, Madam President, and it is why I'm supporting this resolution. But I would also like to say this. I have made it clear in the past, and my opinion is no different today, that I will not support any legislation that will weaken Americans' First Amendment rights. In this country, we have a fundamental constitutional right to express our opinions and speak out about what we believe in. And we have a right to engage in civil disobedience. We have a right to protest. This resolution recognizes all of that. It recognizes the right of people to protest and express their opinions about whatever country or whatever policy they want. But the Senate is also entitled to our opinion too. And I support making it our opinion here in this body that we oppose the global BDS movement and that we want a two-state solution. And we want to stand by our alliance with Israel. I am proud to stand up for these ideals. I am proud to speak out about them. And I encourage all New Yorkers and all Americans all over the country to keep speaking out what they believe in too. And I also want to make a broader and critically important point here. And that is today, we cannot ignore the anti-Semitism that is on the rise all around us. Madam President, it is more important now than ever that we stand together against all forms of anti-Semitism. Just this past week, a hateful, anti-Semitic white supremacist walked into a synagogue in California on the Sabbath during a celebration and horrifically opened fire with a weapon of war on people who were praying on the last day of Passover. 6 months before that, we mourned the tragedy at the Tree of Life Synagogue in Pittsburgh, when another hateful, anti-Semitic, white supremacist walked into a synagogue on the Sabbath, slaughtered people with another weapon of war. New Yorkers in my home state have had to endure hateful graffiti with swastikas and even outright physical attacks. The FBI has reported a spike in hate crimes all over our country. So has the Anti-Defamation League. The ADL just released its annual audit of anti-Semitic incidents, and these cases of harassment, vandalism, and assault aren't just happening in one place. They're happening in people's businesses, in their schools, in their cemeteries, in synagogues, and in our public parks. It was their third highest year on record. And they're not just happening here in our country either. In Europe, far-right parties are winning elected office. We're seeing new attempts to deny the Holocaust. It's all unacceptable. And given the rise of anti-Semitism, it is particularly concerning to me that the UN is so focused on continuously and singularly vilifying Israel, in contrast to all other nations. That is why I have taken so many steps, so often, to call out the UN's unfair actions. And it's why I will continue to call on the UN to abstain from its unfair treatment of Israel. Madam President, the United States is supposed to be a safe haven for Israel, a safe haven for the Jewish people. It's supposed to be a safe haven for people of all religions. You are supposed to be able to worship freely here and honor the Sabbath here without coming under attack. We must never let that change. We must not allow bigotry and violence to become normal and routine. We must not look the other way when we hear slurs and witness harassment. Anti-Semitism is real and dangerous, but it is not going to stop on its own. Only our words and our actions can do that. We need to show the world that we are more united than ever to fight against anti-Semitism and against all other forms of racism and bigotry. We need to send a powerful message of solidarity by standing with the Jewish community, praying with them, and helping assure them that in this dark moment that they are not alone. So let me end with this, Madam President. I take my faith very seriously. It grounds me. I feel grateful that I have the opportunity to attend Bible studies with my colleagues here in the Senate, that I can attend a weekly prayer breakfast. And I believe that we are here now at this moment for a reason. We are all called to end hate. We are all called to speak out against the darkness. We are all called to reject anti-Semitism, and we are all called to defend the vulnerable. And we must, as a body, answer that call. I yield the floor.